Mr. Al-Badri, thank you so much for speaking to Bloomberg. There's a little bit of concern, actually, about where the price of oil is headed. Are you comfortable with these kind of prices? We're talking about $90, $95.
Prices now, they went up a little bit, but they are coming down now. They are 95, 86, the WTI, so they're still in the comfortable and controllable zone.
We heard from the Saudi oil minister that actually they're ready to act if there is increased demand for oil. Do you believe that OPEC will do everything they can to support oil demand?
OPEC is always ready to interfere if the price got out of hand. And at this time, the price is at comfortable level.
So what would be your ideal level, around the $85, $90?
As I told you many times, we don't set the prices, but we see the prices that are still really under control. What we saw last month and this month is some technical problems here and there, like the Alaska spell and the North Sea problem, and some dollars also fluctuation. But at the end of the day, price still at a reasonable level. And as we said many times, OPEC will interfere if we say something out of control.
Are you concerned about the volatility? Are we going to see a lot of volatility, or are things seem to be stabilizing a little bit?
Volatility at this time is about $10 up and down, and we really cannot avoid this because of the speculation aspects. And price will go up and then come down, and they see it now for this year and last year is about $10, and we really cannot do nothing about it. We can't do it. It's just out of our control.
We talk here a lot in Davos about China, about this super growth and how much it's growing. Do you believe that they're strong enough to support oil demand in the future? Or is there a concern that actually after this strong growth we may see, almost a bubble burst?
We see all the growth coming from China, India, and the developing world. 75% of all the growth in our forecast is coming from China, India, and that part of the world. Here there is a stagnation here.
How concerned are you by Western Europe? We're seeing so many concern about the Eurozone, whether one's going to leave or not. Does that have a direct impact on demand for oil?
We are concerned about the Euro, like Greece, Portugal, and maybe Spain and Italy. We are watching this very, very carefully. And of course, if there is another crisis, then the Euro will be in problems.
Mr. Al-Badri, I know it's difficult to give some kind of oil price, but is there a level where you would call for an emergency meeting to try and see what OPEC can do?
No, not really. No, not really. We don't set the prices, but we see it at this time. They are a little bit high, but they are not out of control.
What's your biggest concern for this year?
Is the euro and the debts. This is our problems. And we see some inflation in China. The economy is overheated, and we see China, they're putting some brakes on their economy. So maybe we see some slowdown in China. But this year we see it as almost like last year. It will be fine.
And when you say a euro is a concern, is it actually the currency and the level of the currency, or just as the region?
For us, there is no demand in the Eurozone. There is no increase in demand. All the increase is coming from a little bit from the United States, but most of it, 75–80%, coming from China, India, and that part of the world. But we see that now the Eurozone is facing a lot of difficulties, and I hope that some kind of solution is reached. Now, if you look at the debts, also it's a little bit out of control. I think they have to find a solution for this. But other than that, I think we see a growth, and the growth will continue. Maybe not that strong, but the growth will continue. I hope that we will not see what happened at the end of 2008.
Mr. Al-Badri, this year, for the first time, actually, we're asking viewers or users of Facebook to try and write in some questions. And one of them that I was asked to ask to you is, a lot of auto parts, cars, car makers are diversifying their energy. What impact does that have on OPEC, but also non-OPEC producers?
We are watching this, but you know, the fossil fuel will continue to be the dominant energy for the foreseeable future. It will be 80% of the energy. Yes, we encourage this. There is a room for all kind of other energy, like nuclear, like renewable. But we don't see that will be a great effect as far as the fossil fuels is concerned, which is the oil and the coal and the gas.